I have a lot to share with you guys today. I got my allergy test back, I got my blood test back. There's just a lot of thoughts going through my head. I'm turning 32 next month and I'm like, this is a good time. Create art, guys. Create art. Okay, so I'm not gonna eat all this. I didn't realize it was so much. Breakfast food runs through my veins. We used to eat breakfast for dinner all the time too. Like, not just in the morning, but in the evening. Like, my family's just big on breakfast. It looks so good though. Okay, I'm watching The Circle. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's a social media competition. I love social media. Watching that, the Spice Girls are on this, so I was just like, ah, my childhood.
It doesn't matter. I guess either way, just either way, school also. I don't know if I told you this, but
Yeah, I think once you do like the target, the research and all that stuff, the market research and all that stuff, I think once you... Good morning, everyone. So today I wanted to, and I'm sure you clicked on this video and you're like, oh my god, just tell me everything. I just want to say that I'm super happy that I came back to YouTube, and it turns out that all I needed was a break because I felt like I didn't know what it was like to slow down and just observe the things around me. I was always with a camera whenever we traveled, and I didn't know what it was like to go on a trip with my husband without filming something. And so I quit to give myself a break to explore a new opportunity, which was entrepreneurship. And so I started coaching. And I'm still coaching, and I'm not giving up coaching. I have a lot to share with you guys today. I have cleaning to do, I have some housework to do, and things like that. I got my allergy test back, I got my blood test back. I also bought a couple things, 2 things that I wanted to share with you today that are super cool. So this is gonna be like a very big update video, and some things that I wanna share about my health too that are both good and bad. That being said, I am beginning my fertility journey. And it's a scary process. It's an exciting thing at the same time, but I've, again, always wanted to be a mom so bad. I want to document this journey. I want to document my fertility journey. I'm terrified that I can't get pregnant. I don't know why. There's just a lot of thoughts going through my head, but my doctor told me, if you worry, then you're not going to get pregnant. I've been tracking my ovulation. I took my recent ovulation test today, and it was these 2 dark lines. This is not a pregnancy test. This is an ovulation test. And so I wanted to document every step of the way of this process and what it's like to be pregnant in Japan. And I'm turning 32 next month, and I'm like, this is a good time. Guys, my grandparents were the OG vloggers. I found videos of my parents when they were 18 or 19 years old or something like that. They were very young. My parents met at a very young age. They met in high school and they've been together ever since, and I think that's the most beautiful story. But my mom's gonna kill me. I'm gonna show some clips of my parents when they were teenagers. My grandparents filmed a lot of things, and then my parents went on to film us as kids, and that inspired me to do YouTube and be creative and document these moments. I want to document this journey. I want to document my fertility journey. That is what's happening. Baby dust, pray for me. So this is the fertility test. So the second line is actually the test line, and the first line is the control line, which that one always shows up whenever I use these sticks. The second line is the test line, and that means it's positive because it's darker than the control line. So that means that you are ovulating and this is your fertile time. This was my past client and her content is like fire, guys. Her name is Gabrielle.IamDivine. She is a shamanic energy medicine healer and her content is amazing and her reels are so cinematic, and this is where I want my clients to go with their content, is just create art, guys. Create art. Making such a big decision, we have had to do a lot of planning, a lot of thinking, a lot of shifting, but honestly, it's all worth it. I remember when so many people doubted our relationship in the beginning because it was so fast, but what happens when you become the scientist of your life? You let go of what doesn't serve you, learn what you truly want and deserve, and not what everyone else expects of you. Know exactly who you are, inside and out, and experiment with that. You manifest and attract incredible things into your life.
I'm so excited, and yeah, I can't wait to see. I feel like it's gonna really exceed my expectation. Yeah, just wanted to check in and let you know how I'm doing.
Oh my God, your content is like amazing. You have such an incredible message to share. Ignore all the chaos behind me. If some of you guys don't know, me and my husband met through Instagram in 2018, I believe, and we got married we got engaged after 2 weeks of meeting in person. You can see the whole story in the description below. I'll link all the videos of our love story and us meeting for the first time. It's been like over 2 years now that we've been married, because we got married 2020 January, right before all of this panorama stuff happened. But I remember when we first were together and we washed clothes in his house, and I folded his clothes when he was out because he had a photography gig, and I was exhausted. I was jet lagged because I went from Japan to LA to meet him for the first time, and I remember he was like so grateful to the point where he just cried, and I was like, why are you crying? I folded your clothes. And he's like, but nobody's ever done that for me before. And I think a lot of the things that we're appreciative of really reflect what we didn't have in past relationships. The fact that he cried that moment when I folded all of his clothes for the first time, he was just like, you're the best girl ever. And I was just like, what? It was very flattering. I felt very grateful and I felt very appreciated after helping him out and doing those things. I did not expect that reaction. And he still does that. He gets so excited. Like whenever I fold his clothes or I like wash his clothes, he's like, you are the best wife in the world. And I'm just like, who is this man? Like, who did I marry? Oh my God, I just want to cry. this Gouda drum, I think you call it Gouda drum, from a man who hand makes these in Ukraine. And this was before the war happened and everything, obviously, but I'll link him down below if you are interested in purchasing one of these. This is not sponsored. I just needed something to kind of calm my nerves, and music calms everything in my body. I'm very like receptive to like sound, and it just makes me feel so good inside. This thing was honestly like the best purchase I've ever made. It's pretty pricey. I think it was like $500 or something for this, but it definitely calms my nerves. And there are cheaper ones on Amazon that I can link down below if you're interested. Heard a lot of great things about the ones that I linked down below too, so they're not as pricey. They're like $60. So I have my phone here because I'm actually filming a video for the Misaky Tokyo Crystals candy. It's taking TikTok by storm. It's like the ultimate ASMR candy, and I explained the whole backstory of the person that created this, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram to see these videos. It's so intriguing, and this is not sponsored. I just was really intrigued to try these, but I wanted to show them to you today because it's so interesting. And I'm gonna get to my allergy test in a minute because I know some of you guys wanted to know more about my blood testing and my allergy testing. I wanted to share a little bit more about my health and my gut health and stuff. But so it came in a box, and it tells you what these flavors are and what type of crystal they are or replicate. They're in the packaging. They're the ultimate ASMR packaging. They're individual pieces, and there's many different sets. This is just one of the sets. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're, again, gluten-free, vegan candies, and great for like a gift and things like that. This is strawberry cherry, and I'm gonna try it in just a moment. This one is goji berry and guava. This one is yuzu. This one's matcha. This one is lavender. This one is plum cream. I'm sorry, like you have to see the Instagram that I did of this to see the full unpackaged one, but there's gold on it, which is super cool, and it tastes really good. It tastes like legit like matcha. Like I could eat so many of these. And they have a crunch. They're so crunchy. Okay, so really quickly, I wanted to share with you, I know some of you guys were really interested in the results of my health and my allergies and all that stuff, because you guys, some of you who have been following me for a long time know that I've been struggling with my gut health. I struggled with SIBO and all sorts of things, and so I went on a bit of a journey. It took a lot of different types of medications and herbal medications to heal myself, probiotics. I was getting sick a lot with children when I worked in the teaching industry here, so the constant antibiotic usage, that's the main thing that triggered a lot of my allergies and gut health problems. I had leaky gut, all sorts of things. So I've been on this journey of healing it, and so far so good. I still get bloating when I like eat bad foods, but I feel like a lot of people do. But it's not as bad as it was before. There was a lot of pain. There was just weird like sensation of like this tingling feeling. I couldn't explain it. It was like a tingling feeling in my body whenever I ate things, any type of food. And from time to time I'll get some inflammation, but not as bad as I used to. So I've recovered quite a lot. And I took an allergy test after I think about like a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years, maybe it was 2 years. But this is what like an allergy test looks like. I don't know if you can see that. And they kind of rank the allergies from like a 1 to a 6 or a 0 to a 6. Usually below a 2, it's not considered an allergy really. So that's how they measure. A couple years ago, I also was allergic to tomato and eggs. And I was like, what am I supposed to eat? Tomato, eggs, soy. I was allergic to a lot of things during that time, not just soy, tomato, and eggs, but a couple other things, peas. Peanuts is something that has always been a struggle, but soy and peanuts is pretty high. So I have to be super, super careful. But tomatoes and eggs, hallelujah. I can eat tomatoes and eggs again. That's something that I prefer to eat. If I can live without anything, it's soy. I'm also slightly allergic to dogs and cats, but it's not as bad. I'm also allergic to a tree, a Japanese tree called sugi, and my husband is really allergic to that tree. It's about a level 3 for me. And then I'm allergic to, like, of course, house dust. Now, the other thing that I did was get a blood test. So it's kind of hard to see. You don't need to see any of this. It's all in Japanese. It was an extensive test, blood test, and she explained everything to me, which I'm really grateful for. Right now, I am struggling with my cardiovascular health, which is not a good thing, and my triglycerides are very high. So higher blood pressure, things like that, which is not good for women who are trying to get pregnant. She said don't panic, but there's things that I need to shift in my diet to have better cardiovascular health. The other thing she said was I don't have a lot of stored iron. So she gave me some vitamins for that. I have a lot of vitamins to take. I have low DHA levels, which is like omegas, and vitamin D3 is a bit low. So she gave me some vitamins for that. So I'm like on a lot of vitamins, you guys. It's getting dark out. It's actually not that late. It's like 4 o'clock, but it's super gloomy outside. But I'm going to cook dinner, and I am going to share with you the vitamins that I take. Okay, so these are the vitamins that I'm taking. Vitamin B complex. I need more B vitamins. According to my doctor, zinc and copper. It's not as bad, so she's only making me take one of them instead of like 2 or 3. And then the iron, the stored iron that I had an issue with. And then omegas. I'm taking a lot of these, like 6 pills a day. Vitamin D3, I need more of that, so I'm taking that. Those are the only pills. I'm taking quite a few of the rest of these except for the zinc. I am also taking Just Thrive Probiotic. This is the one that I've been taking for years, and it's the only one that doesn't like make my stomach feel bad. I'm taking this prenatal. I love this brand, Life Extension. It's good quality vitamins. I've been using them for years. My friend is a pharmacist, so she was able to help me. And my aunt is a nurse, so that always helps too. I cannot remember vitamins for the life of me. I just kind of separated them and like out throughout the day, so it's not so much at once. I highly recommend one of these sets that you can keep track of your vitamins and take them each day and know when to take them, and it's the best thing ever. It's crazy how I moved to Japan thinking I would only stay 1 year, and now here I am, married with my own business and trying to conceive. Sometimes I honestly have to pinch myself knowing where I've ended up and how far I've come. I mean, every day in life isn't perfect. It's not all butterflies and rainbows, but when we practice that awareness and resilience, we can bounce back stronger than before. So in this, I have no idea what I'm making. It looks good in person. It's a mushroom soup. So I just added mushroom, cumin, pepper, salt, chicken, what else? Onion, red pepper, and then I'm gonna add some greens to it. But I got this on, not iHerb, I was gonna say iHerb, Horizon Farms in Japan. I think they're only based in Japan, and they have organic meats and foods and things like that. And I order from them. Everything comes frozen. And this is just like a mushroom soup sort of base or whatever. I guess it's just a mushroom soup. You can just eat it on its own. But I wanted to kind of add it to a dish of like veggies and like chicken and stuff. So we will see. I have no idea what I'm doing. We will see how it tastes. Let us take a bite and try it. It's hot. Hot, 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 hot. It tastes very good. It tastes very healthy. It's a very light soup. It doesn't taste super heavy or anything. It tastes very healthy and nourishing, which is what I was going for. I don't know if my husband's gonna like this, but let's hope for the best. Japanese women's magazines are probably the most Japanese women Japanese women's magazines are probably the coolest things that I could. Both of these magazines were only $15 for 2. Why? Because they have gifts that come with them. The first magazine that I got came with some serum. Baby, thank you.
Whoa, what kind of soup is this?
It's mushroom soup.
It looks really good. いただきます。Are you filming?
Yes, I am. You can be like honest.
Yeah, it's really good.
Because like the soup that I used is from a shop that I ordered from, so it's like pre-made kind of. So
Tastes good though. 99 out of 100.
what happened to the 1%?
What?
What happened to the 1%?
You know, it's always good to have a room to grow.
That's true. Oh, I like that actually. Some after work wisdom.
Yes.
You going up the hill? Kelly's going up the hill and down the hill. Look at Kelly, she's going up and down.